Welcome to a brand new 5 Heart Podcast live on a Thursday night. Core Nation's YouTube, Facebook, and X. The dynamic duo is back. One of us is back in black. The other one is reminding you help control the pet population. I don't know. Greg Mahochko, Fred Sacco. Hello, everyone. And we will, throughout the course of the evening, of course, Nebraska softball is in action right now, so we'll keep you up to date on any news and notes from that. But, Fred, how are you doing this fine Thursday evening, sir?
I am doing well. Looking forward to the weekend. It's been busy. It's been kind of warm out, and looking forward to just chilling out and enjoying myself like I always do. How about you?
Like the thing that happens on occasion, right?
Yeah, you
know. Scoreless after one. By the way, Nebraska and Arkansas. Nebraska, the 4 seed in the Women's College World Series. Arkansas, a 5 seed. Lots to break down. Of course, if you want all the latest and greatest in Husker softball, make sure that you're tuning in on Tuesday nights to Husker Heat with Andy and Miley. And Nebraska Strong says that Jordy just gave up a 2-run tater. So clearly his is updating faster than mine.
I thought it was softball. I thought it was softball.
Tater. What did I say?
I'm just making a funny, Greg. It's okay.
No, because I the brain is all sorts of the wiring's a little off tonight. So I honestly at one point thought I said volleyball. So
maybe you did. I don't know. Yeah, I'm in a fugue state. This is everybody. We're glad you tuned in for this. This is going to be an unforgettable show, or forgettable because we don't know what we're doing. So
you know what? I'll disagree with that last part. I think we do know what we're doing. We don't know how exactly we're going to get there at the end, but we know what we're doing. So,
like I said in the job interview I said I can't, may not be able to show you my work, but I could solve your problem. It got me the job. So,
there you go.
I drink and I know
Razorbacks are no slouch, by the way. The Arkansas is 47-11 heading into the tournament. They have outscored their opponents for, I don't know if you know this, 447 to 153.
Jeez, golly.
And they have they set a program record for run rule victories with 26.
Dang.
26 times this year they run ruled their opponents. So
it's like half their wins, damn near. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I wonder how their I don't know anything about any of this, but I wonder how their nil is, because I know Texas Tech has a pitcher that they pay $1 million to, and I'm not saying anything denigrating about softball or any of that, but when I heard that number, a softball player making $1 million at Tech, I was like, good Lord, people are spending some money on these sports now, and it's amazing to me. So I wonder if they kind of bought a team too, or if they're just really, really good.
Yeah, I don't know, because even I here in Southern Illinois am seeing in my Facebook algorithm has ads all the time, it seems, for Texas Tech. Come and, be I can't remember the hell they are. A techie.
Oh, yeah.
But come here and be part of the. I think there are some big money oil boosters down at who are spending a crap ton of money for the athletic program. So, yeah, just
brave new world.
It's crazy. But anyway, so we'll continue to keep you updated, and of course you in the chat will probably be a little bit more Johnny on the spot for rolling us updates. But yeah, so we, Wade said it even before the show began. Send all, not some, but all of your positive vibes to both Nebraska's women's and men's teams. Go Big Red. So
It's a pretty heavy lift, Wade, but I'll do my best.
It's true. All the positive vibes. Leave none left for yourself.
Nope. I'll set myself into a negative by Friday just to, do my part.
Well, gotta make sure you reserve some because the men need it tomorrow night as they open up their Lincoln Regional against South Dakota State.
Jackrabbits.
And so you know what? I saw this graphic in the last week that of the, I guess, 130 some odd, true Division I across all sports programs, that Nebraska is one of three whose teams have experienced the most postseason, I don't see success, but postseason chances. Postseason, the men and the women both had runs in the in their respective NCAA tournaments. Now baseball and softball. We've seen it in track, volleyball, of course, and even football. Even though they lost in the bowl game, they certainly got there. But Nebraska, Tennessee, and Texas were the only three were the three teams leading the nation in, I guess, postseason appearances, maybe the best way to say that. So the athletic department is doing something right, even when the prize cow, so to speak, is not pulling its weight.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe in some respect that takes some of the heaviness away from the football team not doing what we would like, in the fact that, okay, we have these other things that are more than carrying their share of the water and kicking ass at like every degree. Like, I mean, what was it? I don't know. I'd heard some numbers about how many teams we've had go postseason and championship, and just level of like everything's been good except for a couple, three things. Like, I think one of the gymnastics teams fired their coach. That was then I think maybe the rifle team didn't do as good as they normally do. Like, literally that was like it as far as things not going great for Nebraska athletics in general. I mean, wrestling was phenomenal considering everybody's trying to play, everybody else is playing for second place. Who got Penn State so good, finish as well as they did. Baseball doing what they're doing. Basketball's, magnificent run. And of course volleyball, they're the straws that stirs a drink anymore. Hell.
Well, and I think when you look at men's basketball, their season 2025-26 was so unexpected. I mean, let's not forget we got to watch them play all season long, but they were picked to finish 14th in the Big Ten in the preseason, and then they were, I think, second. So that's a big lead, and rightfully so. So when you think about DBK, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, she might have been the AVCA Coach of the Year.
I think so.
Hoiberg was the Coach of the Year. I think Rhonda Revelle was Coach of the Year. Like, this is nuts. What? And I think, to your point, Fred, maybe we as Husker fans, I'm not saying anybody should like love any one sport less, but it would be great if the 90-ish thousand that show out to Memorial Stadium are, as visible for a lot of the other sports as well.
Yeah, it would be good. I think, and I mean, and I'm pretty much all football. I mean, I've never made it a lie about that.
All gas, no break, Fred.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I like the wrestling team. I was a wrestler, so I get that. I don't get an occasion to watch it as much as I do, but I do see for wrestling down there, usually it's pretty wild. Like, they have some pretty good crowds for that. Baseball, I think, is somewhat tougher just because of when the games are played and the weather sometimes. And, it's just like, but yeah, I mean, I really do feel like our fans support everything. I mean, where I work, everybody is plugged into the softball and the baseball. Like, I've never seen anything like it as far as just people in general into it, and just talking to different people. You're running people out in the world, and it's, oh, did you see the basketball game? Oh, look at the softball team. So it's catching fire. I mean,
maybe I'm just geographically misplaced.
Well, that's part of it. I mean, like you say, you're not going to see a shit ton of people at a track event, because the track was good too this year, if I recall. So they kicked ass as well. So I think for as much people, I think we do pretty darn. I think I saw it on the Coronation site. Like, we have the top attendance in the Big Ten for baseball, or second.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
The Big Ten was
Oregon
never
was first, maybe
really known as like a big baseball conference. I mean, they have some outliers, they've had some success, but it's not, like the ACC or the SEC or even the old Big 12,
No, the old Big 12. Yeah, that was some hot shit baseball back in the day, Okie State and us, we were good. And of course, Texas and A&M, pretty tight down there.
Yeah. So, maybe I spoke out of turn. And of course, definitely want to say that if they're watching this, then that they are the exception to what I said, because we're here. Obviously, we definitely talk football, but when it's been end of football and we've had the volleyball, their run, men's and women's basketball went right into the success of the spring sports. Like, if anything, I just feel bad that we aren't talking about it more, talking like we're just, you're, I say this not as a knock, but you're biased, like you're football mostly and then wrestling. And I'm just not able to follow it as closely as I'd like. So,
no. And I mean, I think it's fair too. Anybody here that's watching knows, I mean, we're pretty much football. That's our deal. And we got the great softball show with Andy on Tuesdays. So it's like, there's no universe that I could imagine where people would want to tune in to listen to me try and talk about softball or baseball, that I just don't have the time or bandwidth to follow it and cover it. Sure. I'm like most people, I see things on my phone and I read headlines, and that's how I get my news and, keep up with things, even things I'm super into. Sometimes I just don't have the time.
Right. Now, I will say this while we're talking, just a little bit about softball, and to give flowers is, not only are they going to the world, the Women's College World Series, but some of the players are walking away with some hardware. Jordy Frahm is the NFCA Player of the Year. And if they had I guess maybe the NFL or MLB calls it the comeback player, but since she missed all of last year with the injury, and then coming back and doing what she's done, and then freshman Alexis Jensen is a third-team All-American, and Jordy Frahm again earns the Gold Glove Award. So it just makes sense that this team is as strong as they are, as dedicated. And I don't know if you saw this video. I saw it this morning, but they played Delta Dawn apparently for every reason, anytime, that softball program, but the classic Tanya Tucker song, and they were in a little team meeting, get together, something like that. I'm assuming yesterday, not this morning. And there was a FaceTime from Tanya Tucker herself.
Nice.
Which was really cool. And she said that she's excited for Nebraska and pulling for Nebraska, and hope that she can get out to Lincoln and celebrate with the team if such a thing happens. So, but apparently Rhonda's been using that song the entirety of her career as like she says, whenever there's an important a big deal, just like the team knows to turn on the song. So that's cool.
That's super cool
celebrity pop culture touch there. So
yeah, no, I mean, that's good. I mean, yeah, maybe Rule can find a song that motivates the team and does something like old gray mare just ain't what she used to be, or something like that, or whoops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
Randy Travis, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
3 wooden crosses.
Yeah. Or Sinatra singing High Hopes,
Yeah. I did it my way. But Sinatra's dead, so I don't know if that one would work.
Yeah, well, they could AI him and he could probably pop in there at some point.
Hologram.
Sinatra-gram.
Oh, gosh. All right, quick check at the score. Middle of the third, still 2-0 Arkansas. Heading to the bottom of the third where Nebraska will be up. So it's going to be the top of the order when Nebraska gets the bat. So it will be Frahm, who is 1 for 1 tonight. She has Nebraska's one of Nebraska's 2 hits, I should say. So
nice.
We'll see. We will see. It's a tough hitting Arkansas squad. As we mentioned, of course, baseball plays tomorrow night against South Dakota State. That one is going to be, I said not tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, 3:00. There's a push, Fred, to see if Nebraska can set an attendance record and try to get 10,000 people to the Haymarket. It's the first time I think they've hosted a regional since 2008. Do you think I'm sure weather is going to play a factor. I don't know what the forecast is supposed to be, but could 10 people, surely 10,000.
That's Iowa baseball attendance,
that's
I
right.
believe. Yeah.
Could 10,000 people work their way into a Haymarket for some postseason baseball?
I could see it. I mean, it's funny. I just judge things by traffic sometimes. And I swear people take 3-day weekends all the time because Friday traffic for me is a lot easier a lot of times than other days in the week. And it's down there. You're in Lincoln. There's people that I could see them doing it. I could. There's a buzz. It's exciting. I could see it happening. Definitely. It wouldn't surprise me.
Especially after the disappointment of the Big Ten tournament last week. Kind of have to be nice to get a good showing to bounce back, rally back from that after losing to Oregon last Saturday in pretty yucky fashion. So
yeah, that was terrible. That was even more terrible. I was losing my shit because I found a stream on YouTube. It was it was out of a place that was regionally different than ours, and they had the score on the screen, but they cut off the Nebraska portion, so I could see was Oregon's score. So I was watching and listening to hear the announcers say what the score was, and I got sick of it and I gave up. So that shows how strong of a fan that I am.
I'll say this while you're talking about that. When I was in radio years back, I can't remember if it was my boss up in Shadron, shout out to Stereo AM 610 KCSR, or if it was someone when I was still at broadcasting school, but they said, hey, if there's a moment of downtime, or if you're not sure exactly where to go next, just say the score, because somebody's maybe just tuning in and they want to know what it is and they can't see it on a screen. So
yeah.
Worship's Water is understanding where you're at. Worship's Water says currently watching the softball game on a geographically different stream. So
good for you, Worship's Water. Stick it to the man.
It used to be so much simpler.
God, it did. Even watching Nebraska basketball, I was trying to keep up with it, as the season went on, and I'd look it up on my phone, and I'd search 10 different things to see what channel it was on, and then be randomly on Peacock or something else. It just, it's maddening anymore. I mean, football, it's pretty locked. You can always tell. I mean, you got to wait the week to get the next game sometimes and whatever, but yeah, it's fucking frustrating trying to find some of this stuff now. It just kills me.
Dana, we understand. We miss cable also. Used to be so simple, but then their prices got crazy and everybody switched to streaming, and now that's ridiculous also.
But then streaming has become like, now you got to have multiple versions of it. So now you're back to, gosh, if I could just have one thing where I could sort through the channels that, that are out there and watch things. And I'm not a fan. We have a couple of the streaming services just because, but overall, if if it's a Husker game, I'll watch it at a bar on regular TV. Yeah, it's simple as that. And for the other stuff, it's kind of the same. I've gone down to a bar to watch Nebraska wrestling and some of the basketball, whatnot. And plus, I get to be a delight in public, drinking and talking sports. So, that's huge, as our co-host would say.
You are a gosh darn delight when you drink.
I am a delight.
Ball games in public. Sam Sanchez says, why don't you say what Sam Sanchez says?
Hi diddly ho, hi diddly do, Corn Nation. Sorry, I turned into Ned Flanders a little too much. Hey Flanders, you stink. Thanks for the noise news, neighbor. It's like, yeah, it's
vintage.
I love that. Old Simpsons, the best.
So baseball, as mentioned, their game against South Dakota State tomorrow at 3 at 8 o'clock. Ole Miss and Arizona will take, and then it's winner or losers play Saturday at 2. Winners play Saturday at 7, and we'll just keep going all the way until Sunday, or if necessary, Monday. So it's never. But also, how about that BS of what time they start that game against Michigan at like 11 or later? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was. I don't get how they do that. I don't know. It just seems like there should be things where you could just transfer it over to the next day or something. But yeah, I don't understand that.
Oh well.
It's got to be some with TV rights or some bullshit where you have the time blocked out for so long, and yeah, I don't know.
I just it's and it wasn't great for Nebraska, wasn't great for Michigan, but then turn around and have to play anyway. Moving on. Troy Denon should have filed a grievance. You're right. That was terrible. It's probably nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's not going to change anything. We just got to put the helmets on and grab the bats and go out and take care of business this weekend and go from there. So, hey, you're playing meaningful baseball at the end of May. So
that's the tough part. The weather's not going to cooperate. It's important. It's not like some earlier mid-season thing where you could just push it back. It's like you got to get it in, and yeah, I'm sure there's some logic at play, but yeah, it's kind of a difficult sell when you got to get out there at 11 and all that. Definitely.
Let's see here. Nebraska Strong asked a few moments ago, serious question for you two. How does the athletic department decide which games Herbie Husker and Lil Red attend? I ask because Herbie and Lil Red are absent for our big softball game tonight. I'll take a shot at this and then I'll let you chime in. I have a feeling that since baseball is at home tomorrow, that's where Herbie and Lil Red are most likely to be. If baseball were done, or if they weren't hosting a regional and they had to travel further than OKC, then I could see Herbie, Lil Red being. Also, I don't know. Can we be to the point where we have more than one Herbie or Lil Red?
I don't know. I mean, if they did that
for travel purposes, like there could be one Herbie ambassador in Oklahoma City right now with the costume, and like nobody has to know. It's not like they're showing up. It's not by location, right? They're not showing up at the same or different places at the same time. It's not, we're not ruining the surprise for children.
Spider-Man pointing at himself. Yeah, we're not getting that.
Yeah, no, it's we could have had one Herbie in OKC, one Herbie in Lincoln, and I don't know. There are a lot of solutions. Maybe, I don't know. What's your take, Fred?
Well, I think part of it could be something like, you think we could afford it? I mean, hell, the football team has assistants to their assistants anymore. The way it works, maybe Herbie's actually helping roll with this podcast. If Matney's here, there could. But yeah, your logic is sound, and I think that's how it's set up. But also, I don't want to downplay the effort that it takes to play Herbie or Little Red, but I'm sure there's dozens of men and or women on the campus that would be willing to do that gig and dance around and schmooze and have all the fun that a mascot has. So yeah, you'd think they could prop up another, especially in a situation like this, where this isn't some fucking Tuesday night game that 800 people are watching, it early season bullshit. It's
postseason.
Yeah, it's a big show. So yeah, you would think they could splurge for that.
Here we go. Dondre, who, let's remember, and maybe newer viewers may not know this, but Dondre is age equivalent of our very own Todd Wolverton.
Wolverton.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a hard T, not a soft S.
I usually call him Todd.
I know.
But Don says, how many of you remember when they played the Women's College World Series at Dill Field in Benson Park for many, and games were free? How things have changed.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, Don, but I'm not as old as Todd.
I don't remember it either. I'm here, but yeah, I think Todd's he's got a handful of years on me, so Dondre's the same. Yeah, it's probably a little bit before my time too.
Respectfully,
It floors me though, honestly, what things cost and what you get charged for and what you don't. Maureen's niece swims for Iowa State, and we went to watch them go against Kansas a week after her niece actually set an Iowa State record.
Oh wow!
She set like multiple records as freshman, sophomore. So we went to Ames. It's great trip out there. Had a nice vineyard, all the good stuff. So I'm thinking, going through and getting
priorities.
Getting cash, getting a card, seeing if I got my Venmo, because I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like, go on in. We didn't pay anything. My nephew Ethan wrestles Millard North at West Side, fucking $12. Not that I mind paying, but I was just like, this is high school wrestling. I mean, I think when I wrestled, they probably paid $2 or $1 to get in, something just so we could have a little bit of money for the team. But yeah, literally walked right into a Big 12 swim meet, $0. Yeah, crazy.
And I, we know that there are certain programs that financially buoy and uplift all the other programs. So they probably look at swimming and diving as a good place that they can just give back to the community. I don't know. Yeah,
it was something because I was looking. There weren't really any concessions or anything like that either. But it was fine. It was competition. We're going for a competition. There wasn't smoke and mirrors and a bunch of bullshit and lasers and fucking drones and
TSD says that's how Westside gets all that money.
Yeah, it does. I tell you what,
$12 a pop, $12 a Fred.
Yeah, I tell you what, we go to some of the restaurants over across the street from Westside, and sometimes it's around the time that school's getting out, and there's a lot of nice cars rolling through. So yeah, it was not the Plattsmouth money that I grew up on back in the day when we were the River Rats, and there was a whole lot of nothing down there. So yeah, it's different lifestyle.
Wait, your mascot growing up was the River Rats?
No, we were the Blue Devils, but they called us the River Rats because we were by the Platte River. It was a slur, God forbid.
How dare they?
You know what? I gave it back to some of the other team's fans a few times when I was getting dragged off the mat. So that's another story for another day. But yeah, right. No good River Rats, and I kind of cut like a promo like Thunderlips in Rocky 3 one time where I was calling them trash. Yeah, it was something. I'm glad they didn't record everything back then. Tell you what.
That's why you were dragged off the mat, right?
Yeah. Kicking and screaming one time.
Have to get security?
They didn't have security. We had enough wrestlers to get me under control.
All right. If you say so. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. Talk some football. Some football. And by the way, still 2-0 now. We're in the top of the fourth as we continue to keep an eye on Nebraska, Arkansas in the Women's College World Series. But football did receive a commitment this week for the 2027 class. another interior. Not an interior. I mean, an offensive tackle. And I'm probably going to screw this up. Timmy Aliu. Timi, first name, Aliu, last name. Picked Nebraska over, Cincinnati, Auburn, Arkansas, Illinois, Clemson, Florida State, Georgia. Had offers from all of these schools, Georgia Tech, Kansas. I mean, good long list. As I mentioned, 4-star, class of 2027. He's a 6'4", 295-pound offensive tackle.
Nice.
Brought in by Jeep Wade. Listed as the 26th best offensive tackle in the class. The 32nd best player out of Georgia, the 290. He's a top 300 player in the class. So it's amazing. I do feel like because we're going to talk more about some visits that are coming up, some official visits. The first full weekend of June, so not this weekend, I guess, but next weekend is a big weekend of visits for Nebraska. Not a lot of wide receivers, running backs or even quarterbacks on this list, but they are targeting linebacker. Let's see if I can pull that up quickly here. I was looking right at it a couple minutes ago, and wouldn't you know, it disappeared from my site.
It's okay, Greg. We believe in you.
So interior offensive lineman, a 4-star, that is interior offensive lineman, a 4-star cornerback, a 4-star defensive lineman, a 4-star cornerback, 3-star linebacker, and a 3-star defensive lineman. So those are some of the big visits, June 5th through the 7th. And, we a lot, as you can see there, with the exception of that offensive lineman, a lot of emphasis on the defensive side of the ball. I don't have any stat. I mean, these kids are just coming in for visits. If I were a better show host, I'd, have all their names and everything pulled up and their stats and everything. But I do feel like we are putting less emphasis on sizzle, and at least with these visits, a little bit more emphasis on steak.
I would say so. And it's the D-line especially that does need attention. I mean, we have what we have, and hopefully play really well. Hoping some of these guys are big or can get big on the D-line. It's funny too, because I was just thinking about it. We're the 4-2-5. I mean, honestly, it's kind of just like the nickel. You really think about it. So, it's got the flexibility to do that. I'm sure Orich is going to do some, cool zone blitz stuff and all that, and have that middle guy, which would be like the nickel back, be like the, the monster back in the old days, something like that. So, it would be an emphasis on defensive backs, but then the linebackers can also shift around. Maybe you got a guy that turns into an edge rusher. We have the cheetah package, not to be confused with things Scott Frost did, but the cheetah package where all the guys are going after the quarterback, like that, the best pass rushers on the field, stuff like that. So I don't want to say the word, but maybe it's going to be a multiple defense, but I really do hope and pray that they get some actual beef on that D line, some real steak that can plug up running lanes and, crash the pocket, things like that.
Nebraska Strong says we need D linemen really bad, and says we have no pass rush. It doesn't seem that terribly long ago that we had guys like, Vincent Valentine on the D line.
That's a deep cut. Yeah.
And
Mo Collins. Yeah.
But
Malik Collins. Yeah.
Malik Collins, right?
It was Malik. I'm thinking Mo Collins was a Florida lineman. I think that we beat like a drum in that Fiesta Bowl back in the day. But yeah.
But I accidentally defaulted to Vincent Valentine because he's from Southern Illinois here, about 40 minutes up the road from me. So
that's right.
But he went on to win a Super Bowl with the Patriots. So, but like we just haven't had. I mean, I guess you could say Ty Robinson and then the polar bear, but we need more. It just sounds so like, I don't know, greedy. We need more of that. We need more power guys with high motors. I don't know. I like the idea of a rush end. I just don't know outside of
Greg's powering down, ladies and gentlemen.
No, who is Smokey McSmokerton?
Oh, Randy Gregory.
Randy Gregory. Yeah. Outside of him, like there haven't really been any truly effective rush ends for Nebraska.
No, there'd be some random guys back in the day. Like I think Pierre Allen was like a great freshman, and then Callahan turned him into nothing.
Yeah.
I think, was Carricker an end, or was he D tackle for us?
I think he was tackle.
So I mean, but that's going way back. So we're talking
20 years.
Or more. Within the last handful of years, we haven't had. And honestly, I mean, I like the concept of a good dynamic duo at the tackle spots. When one guy,
Maulers.
The one guy in the last year, Nash was more the guy that would kind of take up people, but then Robinson would make the plays. Back it was Sue and Crick. I mean, that's like
absolutely right. No, I mean that's a great comparison.
Yeah, so that was these guys on steroids, not pun intended, but it was like, but Sue would make Crick even better, and that type of thing. And we haven't really had that consistently since Ty and Nash. Really, it's just after that it just petered out. No pun intended there too. God, throwing them all out there today. Good Lord. Drank a lot of coffee before I, finish my day at work. So who knows what's going to happen tonight.
So what we're saying is we need more defensive line depth.
Yes, definitely.
But not just depth. Like we need more than just warm bodies. We need the engines that could,
Yeah. So, and I think again the defense is going to be flexible enough to where they can do different things at D end, where they could maybe throw a 240-pound guy at end or 235. Somebody a little bit lighter, and use the backers and safeties and things to camouflage stuff. So, but yeah, to me, you got to have at least 3-4 guys that are stout in the middle.
Just real quick, at least according to my tracker, I don't know if there's the delay, but Nebraska has runners at the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, still down 2-0. So
there we go.
We'll see if we can't get a run or two across and cut into that Razorback lead. So, scrolling up a little bit, Tiger Shark Diver says that we have some 4-star wide receivers visiting. Again, I think it's all June. I'm not here to dispute TSD. I just think, that they're trying to maximize the opportunity, get as many. I think it's a great idea to get as many, kids in town at the same time. And then, now that it's summertime, you would anticipate, at least you think, that like Trey Taylor would be around to help in that peer recruiting aspect. So I'll read it to you and you can respond. Fred, Nebraska Strong says, Fred, just be honest. We're in big trouble if we don't get some pass rushers.
Well, goes without saying, but also we need some big guys that can plug up the middle to allow the pass rushers to run free, and or do anything. So we got to fix it all. But to me, it really starts at those 2 middle spots, because that allows everything else to flow around it. Lets the backers get through, shit like that. I mean, you could have some kick-ass. You could throw a Randy Gregory on there. That'd be great. But how's that going to hold up when we get into the later Big Ten and people are just pounding the fuck out of us? Yeah. You kind of need some guys that can mash up the middle too.
So Nebraska's 4th inning here. Again, still runners. Nothing's changed, but it has forced Arkansas to go to their bullpen. The pitcher that they brought in has a 1.90 ERA and is 14-3 with 64 strikeouts on the season, but she's given up 11 home runs and got one in. Bland hit a single and Farrell scored, so it's now 2-1. Runner still at the corner with 1 out.
Nice.
So
nice.
Look
at that. Go Bland.
Yep. So enjoy being able to keep you all updated on that. So just doing a quick, I actually saw this, and I don't know, I mean, this is probably a few days old now, but Nebraska did offer a 2028 quarterback from Ventura, California, St. Bonaventure High School last week. Jackson Carper, a dual threat QB. According to Brian Munson, his style fits what Glenn Thomas is looking for in a quarterback, and the Huskers could get a chance to host Carper soon. Now, I got to remember 2028 is – so he was a sophomore this year.
So 2028, that'll be our next new head coach's first year.
No, come on. Stop that.
Jackson Carper.
He's already a 4-star.
Okay. That name sounds like when you get like 10 seasons deep on NCAA football, it just starts cranking out random oddball, player names. And yeah, that's great. Hey, good. Yeah, we're being proactive. And again,
right.
What's it even mean at this point? A guy from 2028, he's going to change his mind so many freaking times, and so many people are going to come at him. I mean, but we're doing what everybody else is doing. We're trying to stay ahead of the game, trying to get on to guys that are, worship's water. Look at that, Greg. You're first. How's it feel? You're first.
Thank you. No, yeah, you're right. A sophomore. I mean, he's just offered. That's not anywhere near a recruitment or a commitment. If he's a 4-star, coming out of his sophomore year, imagine that. There we go. Nebraska Strong says Nebraska ties it up on a sacrifice. But imagine that, a lot of people are going to be buzzing around him.
And there's a lot of time to go for that guy. He's a sophomore. He's got to play, injury potential. I'm not saying it, but there's a lot of stuff to happen between now and then. So it's like, that's great. We're after him. Sounds like a great get.
Yeah, Rivals has him as the number 2 overall quarterback in California in the 2028 class and 19th nationally quarterback. So
okay, we'll take it. That's just crazy to me too, that they're rating them all the way down to that age group. Like, my God, it's really changed.
10 D1 offers for the sophomore. So not gonna be like he's gonna have some, tough choices ahead. And look, realistically, he's a high school kid from California. I just hope he stays healthy and enjoys high school. So.
Well, yeah, just live your life, and hopefully that's what these guys do. I don't know how. I mean, obviously not that caliber of an athlete, but it's like I couldn't.
Not anymore.
No. Back in the day, oh man, I could. Yeah. Whew,
if they had star ratings back then, Fred, you'd have been 7-star.
Oh yeah, I would have been 7 stars, 5 hearts, and I don't know, like 6 beers or so. But yeah, I mean. And it's a lot. I get it in this day and age too. Like talking with my nephew who's wrestling. He's not in the level of these guys yet, but it's like talking with him just in all the social media and stuff they got to deal with just as a kid, let alone if you're this level of athlete that all these people are in on you. The pressure would be insurmountable. I couldn't imagine it. So hopefully he's got a good family and support group around him to, not let that stuff bleed in and just let him play ball and see what happens. But if he's a California kid, I mean, geez, if we get to that point and UCLA or USC are doing well, that could be a thing. He stays home, hometown hero bullshit. But yeah, you never know. Or Oregon, because everybody goes to Oregon just because.
Well, I don't know why.
Well, now Dylan's up there, so it's like got the gravitational pull. So it just like pulls. Even if you don't want to go, you just get sucked in, and it's like it's a whole thing.
Well, let's
tied game. Tiger Shark.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, sorry.
They
I was
were on the
on a roll.
sacrifice. All right. So just because I was curious to know what his D1 offers were: Virginia Tech, Toledo, Sacramento State, Georgia State, SMU, Texas Tech, Nebraska, Arizona. So pretty. I mean, I would say realistically modest list so far.
Not a murderer's row. No. I mean, Tech is going to go on him early, of course. Zona. Yeah.
I mean, Arizona's probably best. I don't know exactly where St. Bonaventure is, or in this in California, but Sacramento State. I guess they count as D1 now.
Sac State, probably. Yeah,
because I think they just moved up. But you got to think Arizona might be a front runner. Who knows? 6'3", 160 is a sophomore. Good luck and Godspeed. Hour north of LA, says Dana Williams. So
okay. Well, again, sophomore, he's got room and needs to grow because 6'3", 160, that's a beanpole. You gotta, yeah.
Once again, Nebraska Strong says, Fred, you are right. We need some big nose tackles that can stop the run. Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, and Iowa are going to ground and pound us if we can't stop the run.
It's true. All they have to do is just do what they do, especially like the hard, the killer run team like Iowa. Yeah,
Again, Iowa's not flashy, but they're efficient.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking hate it.
I think what I mean, I think we all hate Iowa. I think Haas said it best, a while back is you can't hate how they approach it. Iowa is the opposite of jack of all trades, master of none. Like they master a few simple fundamentals and then they just, beat you to death with them. So,
well, and it's, I used to watch tons of football at every level in the Packers, the old Packers. It was like, they always said they run like 10 plays, but they ran them well. The Lombardi Packers, like that was it. And it's kind of like, it's the same deal, not equating to Iowa to that because Iowa sucks.
Kind of like Herman Boone.
What?
Herman Boone and the Veer?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Novocaine. Give it time and it always works.
Yeah, and that's what's funny. I watched the Coach JB show on YouTube, and he was on Last Chance U. Yeah, he was.
That guy's such a doofus.
He's nuts, but he loved our 90s teams.
Yeah.
And he said our offense is like Novocaine. He said we just ran people into the ground, just doled them out, and he loved what we used to do. But yeah, it's like Iowa. It pains me because we've had this discussion before. We've talked about, would you like to be them? No, not really. And John will always be like, fuck Iowa, I don't want to be them. But then at the same time, it's like, golly, they kind of do a light version of what we did with less flash and less success. But it's like, if we just could get something consistent, it just, now I'm getting mad. It's too late to get mad tonight. God damn it. Damn you, Greg.
Did a quick look here at 13 players expected to visit Nebraska on June 5th. A lot of beef. Offensive lineman, safety, offensive tackle, cornerback, defensive line, cornerback, linebacker, offensive line, linebacker, tight end. So the edge rusher is set to visit on Tuesday. An edge rusher from Washington. So,
okay.
Looks like Luke Sorensen in that he doesn't have a neck.
Nice. Need a lot more of that.
Yeah. So more visits, more things to keep you apprised on as we go. June could be a very busy month. Hopefully, very positive month for Nebraska recruiting. So. Fred?
Greg?
We talked about beer in the Big Ten last week.
Sure did, yep.
And you said, you know what, I can next level this thing. Let's open up the bar. What do you have for us tonight?
Did. I I tried to find either beers, wines, or just either straight up alcohol or mixed drinks that equated to Big Ten teams as far as I saw them. So,
Did you wait? Asking for a spoiler alert, is Iowa the fuzzy navel?
no. Oh, no. Ick. Bordeaux Big Red. See if Minnie was here, she could translate that. Oh, yeah, maybe not. Never mind.
Oh.
All
right. Where are you going to start us? What the part of the country in this conference that is coast to coast called the Big Ten?
Well, as I was getting a little bit tipsy when I was putting this together, I started from basically left to right. So I started on the West Coast. So we're going to try and see how this works, guys, because I've never done this before. So don't get excited. But we're going to pop this up here. And we're going to share some image files. So
while you're doing that, I'm just going to address what Nebraska Strong says. So I really wish that our coaching would concentrate on spending nil money on offensive and defensive linemen instead of always going after 4- and 5-star wide receivers with the nil dollars. I don't disagree. You're going to have to start spending and reallocating. You can find speedy guys with good hands. There are a lot more of them than there are of really solid bodied, beefy linemen who can, move and push and succeed in the trenches. So yeah, I don't disagree with that. I maybe with what I'm seeing in, the recruiting visits that are coming, maybe that shift is starting to take place. And I'm sure with Jeep Wade, taking care of the offensive lineman, I think he's probably going to play a bigger part in that than we've seen in the past.
Most definitely. Yeah. I definitely have more faith in Jeep in that aspect. And again, I think the two guys that we were talking, well, the guy you mentioned earlier, Lee, and then the other guy from last week, they were both out of Georgia, right?
I think so.
State. So again, he could bring those guys here theoretically. So can't beat that. So yeah, I think we have a good chance with him, and God forbid he actually has a plan. So
yeah,
there is nice. That. Okay, you want me to start dropping these drinks, as it were?
Please.
Okay.
Drop them like they are delicious.
Hot. Okay, we're gonna start. Hopefully, let's see what happens. Pick this file.
I hope one of them isn't the hot toddy.
No, there's no hot toddies. Actually, it's mostly beers and wines with like a couple mixed drinks, and then just one straight up liquor, and it'll make sense. But we'll go from the West Coast first. So first, I have Washington, and I have the Juggernaut Pinot Noir. So
wow,
it's basically, I've had this before. Actually, we can get it here in Omaha. It's actually a really nice wine. Pinot Noir is a little bit unique because the way the grapes are formed and all that. But I just think back, Washington reminds me of the olden days when they had the Steve Entman teams and they kicked our ass and they beat Miami way back when. I've never hated Washington. I always liked them. And this is a nice drinkable red wine. And I just think it fits the Huskies.
Okay.
So there's that. And let's add another one. Same one. Get it out of there. Son of a gun.
This is going to be fun. Yes, Husker Bob says we are still tied in the bottom of the fifth, and Jordy's still throwing smoke at 70 miles per hour.
Cool. Good deal. So now my next one on the West Coast, I had...
Are you working your way since Washington? Are you going down as well?
I don't know, Greg. It's West Coast. Leave me alone. So I'm going to say Oregon.
If he's like West Coast and it's Michigan State, I'm going to lose my shit.
I want to save Oregon for last on the West Coast just because. So next, I have this nice IPA.
Okay.
Brewed in Pasadena.
Okay. That makes
sense. Brewing. So I think I think it kind of fits UCLA a little bit preppy. IPA is the white dudes, pumpkin spice kind of a thing. So
be careful, McCoy.
It's barefoot. It's just basic. It's basic. It's not really doing anything because that's kind of what UCLA's not doing. So
look at Double O Dana knows about Patagonia IPA.
I've not had it. I've heard of it, but I've not seen it here in Nebraska. Somebody might have it, but good to know, Double O Dana. I'll try and find it. So we'll pop that guy out, like they say in Camp Kenosha. And we'll bring in another one.
I'm so excited for the Northwestern one.
Oh, it'll be fun. So moving on, we have USC. And to me, this was a given.
Snoop.
Cali Red with Snoop Dogg. A great bargain red wine. Good stuff. And it just fits. He's USC. Bada boom, bada bing. Nice, affordable wine. Nothing insulting to add. I mean, I was trying to find something to pick at some teams, but rest assured, I will hit a few teams that deserve it.
I was gonna say, I do feel like when we get to some teams that we hate a little bit more, that we haven't had longstanding bitter rivalries with, that should be easier to find, something distasteful. Speaking of distasteful, Tony says the Wisconsin besmirching has reached an all-time low. Let's pick it up, boys. So hopefully you have a good one for Wisconsin.
Let me see. I think my Wisconsin one was somewhat besmirchy. I specifically thought of Tony when I was trying to do it. Let's see what we got. Oh, actually it wasn't, because it was just something common. So I'm sorry. I suck.
We'll just say this, Tony. Wisconsin still sucks.
Exactly. And we can hit them, and we will.
And cheese curds are overrated.
They really are. They have them everywhere. We have in Nebraska. They kick ass. Fuck them.
Here.
Fuck their stupid cheese curds. Okay.
I was going to say, I feel bad saying that because I low-key love fried cheese curds.
Oh, I love one too. But, yeah, Wisconsin did not corner the market on them. So, that's their deal. So let me get – I guess we're probably looking for Oregon, right? I guess, yeah, that would be the one. So Oregon – I found Double Stack Imperial Breakfast Stout.
Interesting.
Basically,
Great Nations.
Yeah, Great Nation Brewing. And basically, it's just Big Dylan eating a big stack of pancakes with a cup of coffee that probably has Crisco in it. So that's our Oregon connection. So, I mean, in Oregon, there's tons of good beers in Oregon. There's, popular ones we've all seen and all whatnot, but yeah, it's I thought that was fitting. So because I tend to get a little bitter sometimes, Greg. I don't know if you've seen this before, but
no, what?
I know, it's crazy. So that's our West Coast friends.
Oh, wait, it's what? Great Notion. I said Great Nation. It's Great Notion.
Oh.
Can you put that one back up there, or is it already gone?
Oh, wait. We can do it again. Sorry. Let's get
Husker Bob's like, Husker Bob either has really good eyes or has had that beer.
Here we go.
Or at least heard of it.
Oh, okay. It is. It is. Yep. It's Great Notion. Yep.
All right. Sorry, Husker Bob.
Damn.
Sorry.
Husker Bob.
Aged sours are their specialty.
Okay. Husker Bob, fucking 4K eyesight. Let's bring up the next one.
and you know what, though? He may be watching this on a TV or something. I've seen this.
That's true. My laptop screen. And plus, now that I have the filter to reduce the glare, it's not awesome. So let's get a little closer to home. And I don't know, try and do it in order of fun. Let's go with...
Bob lived in Portland.
Oh.
I mean, I know he didn't live in Brainerd, but I didn't know he lived in Portland.
I didn't know he was. Oh, good for you. That's cool. And so we're going to go with
I don't know.
Michigan State next.
That is not east to west. I mean, west to east.
I don't care.
The fluffer.
So this could possibly be the Mel
Are you
Tucker
sure that's
beer.
not just the Mel Tucker official beer?
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know. It's the little brother of the DRIPA. There was another beer that actually spoke about a clenched fist, but it wasn't appropriate for this show or any show, and I have my limits, so we're just gonna pop that.
You didn't read the description to the people.
Oh, son of a gun!
Here, you work on the next one. I'll read.
Okay, here it is.
Fluffer. It is the little brother to Drippa. This lower alcohol sessionable IPA features the same bright citrus intensity in the aroma with a lighter mouthfeel and a classic dry finish. I don't think I've said a lot of ridiculous things on this show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I've ever said mouthfeel. If you like Drippa or DRIPA and want to last all day, you need the Fluffer. Its availability is year-round.
Again, Michigan State. That's what we get.
Good times.
Pop that one out. No pun intended, Mel Tucker. And we're going to add another one. We're going to go to their rival, Michigan. I went back and forth on this. I saw a few different things we could use. But the history of it is a couple of things. So it's Miller High Life.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And
champagne of beers.
Yeah, it sure is. So it's kind of like Michigan is kind of like, they think they're the champagne of football, but they're kind of like bullshit because it costs $3 at the fucking, gas station. And Miller.
I like how that's a 40 too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure many of these have been chucked at fans walking by their stadium and through their campus, but they also Miller.
Those are the beers you get to play Beercules.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I never played Beercules. Sorry, Greg. I'm just, I didn't play along with that one. But also, I found out that Miller tried to steal some of InBev's, some of Anheuser-Busch's recipes. So it's kind of fitting that it goes to Michigan, who steals people's plays and play calls and all the rest. So again, the champagne of cheating for Michigan.
When I was in Anheuser-Busch Mark, when I thought that Bud Light was the best beer, you'll never find a better beer because I was in my 20s and I didn't know better. Don't judge me. I would always be, for the Miller Lite people, I'd be like, you guys don't even know how to spell the light correctly. Like, why would anybody believe you? But let me just tell you, I'm so glad I don't drink Anheuser-Busch beers anymore.
Yeah, all of them are bad. Like my friend Jerry Morrow that shows up on the show sometimes in chat. I think it was the UCLA game a couple of years ago. We got beat, and me and him and our friend Nick, we started drinking all the shitty beers at the bar. It was like our rally cap to try and bring us back. I've never felt, looked, or just in general been worse than that day. We drank every lot. They had PBR. They had those. They had, God forbid, I'm sorry, Hoss, if you're watching, but they had your Coors Banquet, had Coors Light, I had Busch Light. I drank all of them. And it was a lot cheaper than drinking the good beers that I like. But my God, I got home and Marine said, what happened to you? Because I was just like puffed up like a tick, about ready to explode. It was brutal. So yeah, no more shitty beers for Fred.
Only takes once.
Yeah, I just can't handle it anymore in my body. So okay, so we're through those guys.
And, you get the next one. I'm gonna look at this comment by Rogie. A 40 of High Life takes me back to when I was 18 to 20 years old. I don't know, Mr. Justin, but I don't know if it was legal for you to drink back then.
Well, yeah. Statute of limitations, so I guess he's okay.
Anheuser-Busch InBev own 128 breweries. You drink their beer.
Yeah, that's kind of true, unfortunately.
I've been on the brewery tour here in St. Louis a few times now, and like they'll have all their brands and some of the breweries that they bought out. Like I guess for a few years they bought out Kona Brewery, the Hawaiian based one. And I don't know if that partnership is still in action today. But I was like, I can't drink Kona anymore. I just swore it off altogether. If Anheuser-Busch or InBev, Anheuser-Busch had their hand in it, I was done.
Yeah, and I just don't like it. My dad's beer was Budweiser forever, so it was like Bud, and it was like it was its thing, and then it got taken over, and then after all that, I was like, yeah, there's a million beers that I can have that are more tasty. Speaking of which, this is one that is popular with Todd Wolverton or Wolverton, whoever Greg talks about.
I said Wolverton.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Go to the tape.
I've never had this, but I hear that it's like a really big deal out of Wisconsin. So,
well, I was really hoping that you'd pick something shitty for Wisconsin.
I kind of ran out of steam midway through. Not gonna lie, my creativity kind of got wasted on a few, and I tapped out.
So I have had Spotted Cow.
Is it good? I've never had it.
It was fine. I think the thing with Spotted Cow or anything from New Glarus Brewing is that you can only buy it in Wisconsin. They are very firm on that. So like I said, I got it because a client of mine was traveling up there and brought me some back. But that's it. It's their, I'll say, exclusivity that makes them special. It's not the beer. No offense.
That's kind of what I felt like. And I kind of took Wisconsin should be a warm piss is their drink. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's
Oh, you know what would have been a good one? This would be perfect for Tony. Tony, did you ever see the movie Dumb and Dumber? I'm sure you did. We all did. We all made it through the 90s. It's when they are driving and Lloyd fills up all the beer bottles and because they're not stopping for bathroom breaks, and then they get pulled over by the police officer played by Harlan Williams, and he takes a drink. He's like, "What is that? Is that Grandma's homebrew?" That's what Wisconsin's drink should be.
If we do another one, Tony, that's what we'll put up. Yeah,
you're welcome.
I really did. I really wanted to try and besmirch them, and then I just was like, I couldn't find anything that was like, and then some of it I tried to be like that other list we watched last week where it was like something logical that fit. So yeah,
you pulled there. Spotted Cow right off of that list from last week.
Yeah, so we do it again. Tony will besmirch the shit out of him. And speaking of actually Minnesota,
Tony wants to know, is Gophers football the finest of 12-year-old, I'm guessing Scotch or bourbon? It's a glass of something. I have a feeling it's not.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it.
For Minnesota, I had Surly Brewing's Abrasive Double IPA.
Because of PJ Fleck.
Is just fucking abrasive.
Yes! I knew it.
It was just, I've actually had this beer too. They had it here in Omaha. I'd had it once or twice. It's an all right IPA, but yeah, I thought that was fitting for Minnesota. Sorry, Tony. Hopefully you like the beer if you've had it.
Is it something that's Minnesota based?
Yes. Yeah. Surly is out of Minnesota. Yep.
Okay.
And that's why I went with it. Yep. So what do we got left? So this is one I kind of struggled with Indiana, not going to lie. And I ended up just kind of taking the cheap route and going with a Red Bull and vodka because just a quick fucking shot of adrenaline, and it probably runs out after a certain point.
Red Bull and vodka.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's have you had a Red Bull and vodka, Greg?
I've not. I've had no, I've not. I've had Jaeger bombs, but I've Never done a Red Bull and vodka. I've done Pepsi and vodka. I've done Red Bull and Coca-Cola, which, by the way, don't recommend. Unless you want to be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, with this, you don't know whether to, like actually fall down or keep running. So it's kind of like, to me, it's like a shot of adrenaline, like what Signetti did. So it's quick. It may or may not turn out fast.
This is not what I expected from Fred's beverage choice.
For Indiana?
For any of them. You're being way too nice.
Well, goddamn. We'll get to a couple.
Okay.
Pop this guy out. And it's taking way too long. Sorry, everybody. We'll get through Ohio State quickly.
Oh, you got one for Ohio State?
Yep.
I also have one for Ohio State.
Oh, cool.
I'm wondering if they're going to be the same.
I just chose this because it's just Coors Light, and they had a can for them, and it's somewhat popular. People like it, but to me, it's not worth the shit. So, yes,
this one.
There you go.
There's something about the majority of Buckeyes fans that I find them just intolerable.
No,
and maybe it's the fact that I'm a little bitter. They've been better than we are, but I find them a little arrogant.
And actually, that's like that beer sucks. Like, I've had that.
It sucks so bad.
Yes, I bought it because I love the logo, and I thought, arrogant bastard. I'm an arrogant bastard. I'll drink the arrogant bastard beer. And then I had it, and it was just it was like drinking acid. It was not pleasant. No.
It's so the thing about it is, so Budweiser is Beechwood aged. It's nice. Say what you want. It's a smoother flavor. This stuff is aged over oak. And it's hard, dude. It's rough.
Yeah, this is one they sell at our local grocery store. The only time I had it was like a big bottle like that. And I bought it, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. It's decent alcohol content, whatnot.
7.2.
Yeah, rough. Yeah, just fucking rough. I don't know. It was bad. I
remember the first time to be honest with you, the only time I tried this was I was vacationing with friends of mine. We were out on the Pacific Coast in Oregon and like one of their like coastal towns. And it was Nebraska's very first game in the Big Ten. I believe it was against Wisconsin.
Yeah. The
game and the beer left a bitter taste in my mouth. So
yeah, I'm one to be like, oh, I didn't like. I mean, look at me. I like pretty much everything I drink or eat.
Mm-hmm.
But that was There's a friend of mine too. He's like, ever had this? And he sent me a picture. I was like, oh my God, just don't. He already had it. So
stay away.
Yeah. Just like, get the fuck out. So yeah, so that was but yours is probably better because arrogant and it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth when they just continue to keep on fucking winning. So yeah, so we'll pop that guy out.
I know on occasion we have some Ohio State fans watching, so I apologize. I'm sure you're the good one.
That's all right. They can deal. They're used to the can you remove that arrogant bastard?
I mean, I can, but I don't have to. You can usually line up like a dozen pictures down there.
Oh, I don't know. I can't. Oh, here we go.
This is why we should have coordinated this a little bit better, folks.
Yeah, coordinate nothing. We'll skip to the fun stuff. So easy ones too. Purdue. Get them out of the way.
Is it the drink, the Boilermaker?
No, that should have been it actually, but I just chose the Lafayette Blush because it's gold and it's soft and weak, and it's kind of like their football team. So yeah, that was it. It's literally vinted outside of or in their town. So that is Purdue. Get them out.
I mean, I know this is a stupid question, but do you know what a Boilermaker is from a drink perspective?
I've had it. I was always wicked drunk, but you can definitely give the rest of the class your dissertation on it if you like.
if you're unfamiliar, I think we've all had these at some point, but maybe regionally they come from, they might have different names, but a Boilermaker is just, they call it a working class drink. It's a shot of whiskey and a beer chaser, but it is served as a depth charge, meaning you drop the shot into the glass and you drink them both. So,
got it. Yep. There's an Irish bar down the street that has a drink called the Purple Death, and it's Guinness, and it's kind of like a black and tan, but then they give you a shot of Chambord that you drop into it, and it's called the Purple Death, and it is marvelous. So just marvelous. But anyways, we'll get this over with so everybody can go home and jump around a little bit. I want to save the fun ones for later.
By the way, still 2-2. Now we're into the 7th inning, Nebraska and Arkansas. So
here we go.
Nebraska is the home team. They should, if they can get something going in the end, that Jordy's still on I can't say on the bump. She's still in the circle. But, yeah, moving on.
Good deal for them. So I'm going to jump to Rutgers.
Good deal for them.
Get them out of the way.
Like, don't interrupt this damn show.
So Rutgers, I just went with the fucking 7-7, and it's because their football program is like just something that's like this, and also the fact that, inside story, I went to New Jersey, New York area in 2002 when Ameritrade bought another company called Daytech Online. And I found a super cool old-timey dive bar in Jersey City. And I, not proudly, maybe just proudly, because I survived it. I couldn't do it today. I drank 11 of these at that bar. And then like about 6 more Red Bull and vodkas. And then I almost got into a fight with a bunch of Jersey hoods. And then I threatened their lives, and they left me alone. And then the owner took me to a rail car diner down the street, we ate steak and eggs. And the man that made the steak and eggs looked like Uncle June from The Sopranos. Kid you not. And he's like, "What do you want in your steak and eggs, my friend?" And I said, "Whatever. What have you got?" And he's like, "We'll give you everything, my friend." He's smoking a cigarette over the grill as he's doing all of our food, and it's just ashes going in my food. And Anthony was the bartender. He's like, "That was some cowboy shit, Fred from Nebraska. You guys are crazy," and I almost fought with the guys. So I just thought that 7-7 is kind of like, it's a drink. Rutgers is a theoretical football program. It's something
theoretical
you can do.
Drink.
Yeah, so there you go. And if you survive it, you go to the rail car diner with Anthony and you talk to Uncle June. So get that guy out of there. We're going to get our Maryland out of the way too, because it's kind of boring.
Might as well wrap up. Yeah. We've taken care of the West Coast. Let's get the East Coast.
East. Yeah, the 2 that are there for TV. Oh, shit. I forgot about Illinois. My bad.
You don't have one for Illinois?
So, Illinois.
I live in Illinois. I forget about the football team too. So
I do too. So, I found the Cherry Milk Stout from Blind Pig Brewing. So, seeing that Bielema is kind of a pig and it's within the region, I just thought, and it's stout. So Cherry Milk Stout sounds like something that Bielema would probably cut with his coffee. So
what does that say on the bottom?
Yeah.
Does that say the hour of champagne?
Oh shit! Sorry.
Will you stop doing that?
Yeah, I believe it does. The hour of champagne.
How about that?
Maybe you can find it in your area. I've not seen it around here. So yeah, we'll pop that guy out. We'll bring in
Nebraska Strong GBR says the worst of all time, 7-Eleven's generic beer where it just says beer on the label, also known as the 40-ounce nasty.
I almost went with just that beer. John had talked about it on some of the old shows, and we used to have it here like for years, just beer. White can, black letters beer. I was going to put that for Iowa, but I found something different and better. Get the East Coast out of the way really quick. This is something different. It's native to the Pennsylvania area. It's a mixed drink.
Okay.
And it's called the Dirty Snowman Beer Cocktail. And I just thought this was good because
I'm
Penn
not gonna
State's
lie.
dirty. Yeah. It looks good though. Yeah, I'd have
good. All right, so I want to read this in case people are watching on a small screen. I've made it full screen on mine.
Nice.
The ingredients are chocolate chip for garnish, gingerbread cookie crumbs for garnish, a half ounce of simple syrup, a splash of coconut milk, a teaspoon of chocolate chips, a teaspoon of crumbled gingerbread cookie, 1 1/4 ounces of cognac, and 1 to 3 ounces of Ithaca vanilla beer. Oh,
shit! This should have been Illinois. I think Bielema probably has this at breakfast every day. Good Lord.
I mean, that looks
actually sounds really freaking good, though. It does, but I just thought Dirty Snowman because
because of what's his name?
Yeah, Sandusky? The other stuff. Yeah, but
in a pint glass or shaker, muddle 1 teaspoon of the chocolate chips and simple syrup. Add the cognac and a splash of coconut milk and shake with ice. Strain into a glass and top with beer. Top with whipped cream and garnish with chocolate chips and gingerbread crumbs. Now I want to go get some cognac now. I've never wanted cognac before, but this looks so good.
I do too, and I've had cognac, and it is just nightmarish. But if you put it into that, yeah, golly, Greg, you might be getting a text message with a picture of this at some point over the weekend because I might buy all the components. Yeah, that was damn. I didn't really even look at it. I just thought dirty Penn State, leave it at that. Shows my 1-to-1, I'm a simple man, Greg.
It works.
All right, we're winding up. So we've covered everybody but
Northwestern
and us. So we'll get Northwestern.
Northwestern's better be good.
Oh no, we didn't do Maryland. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, easy to forget. Sorry, Maryland fans. This is just a Chardonnay that's brewed out there or vented out in Maryland, and it's good with crab cakes. So
perfect.
There you go.
Fuck that's all we need to say about Maryland.
Yeah, that's all we don't give 2 shits about. Fuck. So get them out. Okay, Northwestern, one of my favorite programs. I went with
dismantle verbally every week.
Malort.
Oh yeah,
because it's fucking gross.
And so is Northwestern.
Oh yeah, there was a bar, it closed down, but they had a duck, had gumballs in it. It was shaped like a duck, and the thing was take the duck challenge for $5. Turn the knob, get a gumball. Orange was Malort. I won orange 3 times.
Oh god.
And they always said you could always opt out. And I said, I will never do that because I'm a man. I'm 40. Well, yeah, I'm 40. But I took that Malort shot, and they finally gave me a sticker that I put on my laptop. So
for those of you who are not familiar with Jepson's Malort, I wasn't until I found reels about a guy who takes drink suggestions from the internet and then drinks them, and sometimes they include Malort. I live in Illinois, but I'm downstate, so I had to look. Malort is a notoriously bitter wormwood-based Swedish style schnapps. Oh, that's a tough one to get through. That
5 times fast, Greg. Do it again.
What's that?
5 times fast. Say it again.
I'll do it once slowly. Swedish style schnapps. It's a Chicago icon known for its polarizing flavor. Get this, everybody. Described as tasting like burnt rubber, grapefruit, or nail polish remover. Originally developed in Sweden, it was brought to Chicago by Carl Jeppson and became popular as a medicinal tonic before evolving into a rite of passage drink, often served as a shot or in cocktails. Its production is now back in Chicago. Yeah, if I never have to try Malort, I'm all right with it.
So you never had it?
No, but come on. The flavor, Google AI says the flavor, again, intensely bitter with notes of wormwood, often compared to fermented grapefruit, burnt carpet, or bile. Why would anybody want to do this? Like, what? No.
Google AI is a chicken shit. I'll tell you that right now. It's not that bad. It's also not that good. It's pretty rough. There was a place down the street that had a mixed drink night where they actually did a challenge, like the Chopped or whatever, and they had to make good drinks using odd liquors, and they made some out of Malort, and those people actually made some pretty slick drinks that were not. Anyways, the bottom line is it's in Illinois and it's fucking gross. So that's Malort. That's what it is. I drank it. I had 3 shots of it. It didn't.
Did it put hair on your chest?
It put chest hair on my chest hair, and it translated into my back hair. So it's like there's a whole lot of hair going on, Greg. So finally, mercifully, it brings us to Nebraska. And I really agonized over this because...
Hey, I'm doing a drum roll. Don't draw this out any longer.
Okay, do the drum roll. I wanted to have like something that meant something. I wanted to have something that had substance, but I will explain my choice. It seems like a layup if people are watching, like, oh, Fred, you fucking laid up and this sucks. But this is what I chose for our drink right now. This Cross Strains Cornhusker Crusher.
Yeah, you did kind of take the cheap.
I know. I really. It's like when they had the higher power in WWF, and it was Vince McMahon all along.
It was me, Austin.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the reasoning for it.
Okay.
It sounds tough. Cornhusker Crusher on the label.
Yep.
Right.
Cross strain.
Yep.
Reputable brewer.
Crusher. And it's a good beer. I love the beer. It's nice. But it's like a beer, and it's got a little bit of citrus to it, right? So it's easy drinking. So it's like it's a beer. It's something like, oh, sorry, Dana. Yeah, not dear old Nebraska brew. I wanted to go with that. I had the Big Red wine from down in Ashland. I had a few things and some other like classic things, but I thought for right now in the moment where we're at as a program, this beer is trying to be tough because the Crusher, but it's a beer with citrus, and it's trying to appeal to a lot of people and trying to do a lot of things, but it's not really doing any of them. So it's kind of like if you try to appeal to everybody, you're not going to appeal to anybody.
True.
It doesn't have a true direction for the concept. I mean, the beer is fine. I love these. And literally, they call it the crush. You can crush these. You can drink like 5 in one sitting, Greg. They're easy.
Nice.
Kind of like Nebraska when we get, 9 sacks on us or people run the ball up our ass. But it's like, so I looked at it like that way. The Crusher, it's trying to be something different, but similar. And it's kind of just stuck in the middle as far as the football program.
All right. Well, we made it.
We did.
Thank you, Fred, for putting that list together. I know it was fun at times, and, inspiration dissipates, and
it sure does. I tell you
get
what,
this over with. But sometimes that's how we feel about the show too. So, and also we know that your attention's been split tonight. Yes, Nebraska strands a couple of runners, and unfortunately, we're heading to extra innings.
Oh,
usually we like free softball, but not when there's so much on the line. We would like to have gotten a run across there and walked it off. So Nebraska and Arkansas tied at 2 after the 7. We will. We are not going to talk anymore about it till next week. But we hope that you enjoy the game, enjoy the weekend, enjoy baseball, enjoy softball, enjoy your family and friends. Your loved ones. Make the most of every minute that you have, ladies and gentlemen, because we never know when Our time is going to be called. So our number's going to be up. So just live life the best you can, being the best people that we can. So with that, he's Fred Sacco. I'm Greg Mahochko. This is the 5 Heart Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for spending time with us this evening. And we remind you that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Fred?
Again, thanks everybody for showing up while the game's going on. Really appreciate it. Hanging out. And yeah, just fun to be here. Love you guys. Even love Greg, which is, in a platonic way. So anyways,
or not.
Go Big Red.